I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we're going to start off this meeting by swearing in the new fire chief. Mayor, go ahead.
Left hand on the Bible, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I, Christopher A. Grossman,
I, Christopher A. Grossman,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support
that I will support
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the laws of the Charter of the City of Wickliffe,
and the laws of the Charter of the City of Wickliffe,
and that I will, in all respects,
and that I will, in all respects,
faithfully discharge my duties
faithfully discharge my duties
as the Chief of the City of Wickliffe Fire Department
as the Chief of the City of Wickliffe Fire Department
during my continuance in said office.
during my continuance in said office.
Congratulations.
And that's why he's chief, right?
Right.
At least at the station.
Congratulations.
Chris.
Thank you, everybody. I appreciate the the privilege that the mayor has given me to lead the fire department. We have a great group of guys. We had 4 absolutely outstanding qualified candidates for the chief position, so to be selected is a great honor for me. I look forward to working with the community. I want to thank my wife for her support. This is going to be a big change for us as a family, but I think we're all on board, so I know we're all on board. So thank you, and I look forward to working with council and in the community for the foreseeable future. It's been 23 great years, so thank you. I appreciate it.
If you guys want to stay, you can stay. If you want to leave, you can go right ahead.
Not you, Chris.
Hi, Austin. It's Andrew. That's Betty's son.
What's up?
Okay, I call to order the Wickliffe City Council meeting of October 23rd, 2023. Sandy, please call the roll.
Stella. Here. Gerhardstein.
Here.
Jaworski.
Here.
Kosky. Here. Levon.
Here.
Saloto. Here. Thielman.
Here.
Approval of council minutes. Councilman Gerhardstein.
I'd like to make a motion that Councilwoman Kosky, Councilwoman Saloto, and Councilman Balla can abstain from the voting of the council minutes from October 9th, 2023.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, second by Councilman Thielman to allow Councilman Balla, Kosky, and Saloto to abstain from voting on the council meeting minutes of October 9th, 2023. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Balla.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kosky. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Saloto. Yes. Thielman.
Yes.
Approval of council minutes. Councilman
I
Gerhardstein.
make a motion, we approve the council minutes from October 9th, 2023.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman. That the council meeting minutes of October 9th, 2023 be approved as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Balla.
Abstain.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kosky. Abstain. Levon.
Yes.
Saloto. Abstain. Thielman.
Yes.
Reports and communications from the Mayor, Safety Director.
Thank you, Council President. Good evening, everyone. First, I'd like to mention the sidewalks on the east side of Rockefeller Road to Meadowbrook are complete. This item was requested by council in the spring, and the work is done. New Chief, Fire Chief Grossman, I'd like to thank former Chief Powers and temporary Acting Chief O'Neill for their service as Fire Chief. I look forward to working with Chris, and I wish him the best as the new Fire Chief of Wickliffe. And the last thing I want to mention is we have the entertainment devices on the legislation this evening. And I just want to kind of give, I know I kind of give my perspective on everything. I know I've said here, the one thing as mayor, biggest thing is filling empty buildings, right? But we just don't want something, we want something with substance, something that's going to bring people into our community, use our restaurants, use our coffee shops and things like that. But I get it. On the other side of it, you know, residents who don't go to these establishments and, you know, might think it's a bad look. I looked at it as a revenue standpoint. It generates some good revenue for us, and the size of these buildings, the 2,500 to 5,000 square feet, you know, other things that come into there, I feel like these establishments would benefit the city better. So I just wanted to mention that, but I get there's a flip. If you guys think for 1 second this is a bad look on our city, the last thing I want to do is put a bad look on Wickliffe, and you know, filling buildings and doing good for the community is my #1 goal. But again, you guys, we all got to work together. So in my opinion, I brought why I thought this was good. So if you guys had anything on the other side, please, you know, work through it and we'll figure it out. But that's all I have.
Any questions or comments from the Mayor, Safety Director? Thank you, Mayor. Reports and communications from the Director of Law.
I just had one thing, Mr. President. If we could add to new business B,
Okay.
a motion to authorize the mayor to enter an agreement with Jim Powers for his temporary role with the city through December 1st, 2023.
Okay, we'll add motion to authorize the mayor to enter an agreement with Jim Powers for his temporary role with the city through December 1st, 2023 to new business B. Thank you.
Thank you, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Any questions or comments for the Law Director? Thank you, Jerry. Any communications from Council President? I have none. Any other amendments or additions to the agenda? Councilman Gerhardstein?
I'd like to, under new business C, I'd like to add city vehicle usage.
Okay. City vehicle usage as new business C. Any other amendments or additions to the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to administrators. Police Chief Bush.
Thanks, Council President. I have nothing further than the report that was submitted.
Any questions or comments for the police chief? Councilwoman Koski.
I would just like to thank you publicly for the wonderful tour that you gave my visitor that was in from another country. We had a fantastic time. You did a great job, and very happy to have you as chief.
Good. I'm glad. I'm welcome to do that for anybody. It's our pleasure to have people come down and take a look at the police station and see what we do every day. Anytime, just let me know.
Thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the police chief? Thank you, Chief. Fire Chief Grossman.
It's been a busy morning. I do not have anything to add. Thank you.
Thank you. Any questions or comments for the fire chief? Welcome aboard, Chief. Thank you. Finance Director Hunter.
Thank you, Council President. September is now closed. The general fund carryover balance is about $7.1 million. Later in the agenda is the healthcare plan for this year. It's we have a contract with the county through 2025, and the increase this year is about 8%.
Any questions or comments for the Finance Director? Councilman Jaworski.
At this point, do you see us maintaining that 7.1 going through the rest of the year, or do you think that we're going to take a little bit of a hit on that number the closer we get to the end of the year?
I'd like to say we'll maintain it. I wouldn't be surprised if we take a little bit of a hit. The sewer fund is a little concerning to me at this point. I think we may need to do another transfer, but we still have another couple months to see.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the finance director? Thank you, Ms. Hunter. Engineer Formica.
Thank you, Council President. I have nothing to add to my written report.
Any questions or comments for the city engineer? Councilwoman Koski.
Dennis Drive looks like it's pretty much done.
Yes, came out really nice. There got a couple of puddle issues that Ron and I are working through with the contractor, but beyond that, both Dennis and Stanford came out really nice.
Okay, thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the city engineer? Thank you, Pete. Service Director Strouser.
Thank you, Council President. Just wanted to let everybody know we have started leaf season. We were able to get through the whole city, the entire city last week in just about a day and a half. But we did go through the city last week. We started again today. We're on our second trip through the city already. I did want to mention a couple things. As we said, that Dennis Drive is probably 99% complete. Stanford Drive is 99% complete. As the mayor mentioned, Rockefeller Road sidewalks, we've been getting a lot of stuff done the last few weeks. Very, very happy with the progress. Unfortunately, I did have one negative thing, is the contractor informed me that he's not going to start on the cemetery parking lot until probably the week of November 6th, which is another couple weeks, but he's confident that he's going to get that all in and done this year. But he pulled out to finish up some other projects that he had outstanding. And that's all I have.
Any questions or comments from the service director? Councilman Gerhardstein.
I don't know if it should be between you, Ron, or Pete, so I'll ask it. On the agenda, the ordinance is about the Rockefeller Buena Vista Road, the intersection going forward. Has anybody really identified the problem that intersection? I mean, the school's not finished, the parking lot's not finished, so the traffic up there is a nightmare. I mean, we all get complaints. I'm sure I'm not the only resident or council person that's got a complaint about traffic and the people blocking people. So when we're talking about closing the intersection at Buena Vista, are we sure that that's the best way that we're going to fix that problem? Because my problem is the school hasn't been even open for 3 months. We're talking about closing a road off and that we're going to fix a problem that I'm not sure we know what the problem is that we're trying to fix. Because we didn't give the school enough time to work through its bugs, right? So I know that's on the agenda, the ordinances tonight. Are we sure that that's the best, this is the best route for spending that money? That we know we're gonna fix that?
The studies tell us that, Randy. I mean, the traffic studies, that's why we rely on traffic engineers.
My problem with the traffic study is, Pete, the traffic study was done before the schools were put there. So I don't know how accurate the traffic study could be when we didn't have the accurate amount of traffic going up there for the study. That's my concern.
Councilman Jaworski?
Randy, I understand where you're coming from, but as someone who has to deal with that every single day, I think one of the big issues is that signaling at the intersection itself, with which this ordinance that we're looking to pass tonight and what it's going to purchase, the new control box for that intersection, is going to help alleviate some issues, because half the time the problem is this traffic is backed up going north on 84 at that light because someone's trying to hang a left, and it's not necessarily getting into the school, but it's actually getting out of or turning off of Rockefeller onto 84 and going straight through that intersection.
Councilman Gerhardstein?
I'm not disagreeing with you one bit, Matt. I'm just making sure before we spend that kind of money, if they're sure that fix it. I'm sure everybody here would like to see the traffic eased at that intersection, me included, from the complaints that we all received. I don't have a problem with that. I just want to make sure that when we put that much money in there, they're sure that that's what's going to fix it. That's my concern.
Service Director Strouser, we had a employee stand out there for a week or so, or hang out there for a week or so. What was his report or his evaluation of that intersection?
So actually, because the traffic keeps changing at the school with getting in and out and the amount and that parking lot still not being done, the backups have changed along with that. For a little while, it was all the southbound traffic couldn't get into the school. Now it seems to be more they're getting in and getting out, and then they can't get northbound. People aren't being able to get, if you're coming southbound and trying to turn onto Valley in the evening and stuff like that, people are blocking the intersection. We just had one complaint on that today. So we're going to put up a no parking sign there. But there's still cars sitting on the side streets. There's still a bunch of issues to work out. And in my opinion on all this, I mean, I hope you guys realize that this is going to be an improvement to the intersection. It's not going to be a cure-all. There's just too much traffic all at once in that one little area. that I don't think for sure that it's gonna be, everybody's gonna be happy, but it will help. It will definitely help. The new controllers will help, the signal controllers that we can change the times of days and everything else. Just the intersection upgrade alone will be a huge help, I think, especially even on the weekends, because we have the traffic set now heading northbound. So it basically favors Rockefeller more so than Ridge Road. And on the weekends and stuff like that, Ridge Roads needs to be the favored, the favored intersection, and it's not. But, hopefully when we get that all worked out, it's definitely going to be an improvement, 100%. I just don't know I don't think it's going to be a cure-all, if that's what you guys are looking for.
Any other questions or comments for the service director? Thank you, Ron. Building Commissioner Sack.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I just wanted to tell you that the school parking lot is coming along. I think they're having their final roll on it, so I'm hoping by middle of next week that should be open for it. That'll alleviate a lot of parking problems too. And that's all I had.
Any questions or comments for the Building Commissioner? Thank you, Rick. Recreation Director, stop.
Thank you, Mr. Council President. I have nothing to add to my previously submitted report.
Any questions or comments for the Recreation Director? Councilwoman Koski.
Did you already have the Halloween?
No, we're going to participate in the trunk or treat on Wednesday at the south of the fire station, north of the fire station.
And what are the hours?
6 to 8.
And what are the ages?
It's elementary
Elementary
school.
till fourth
yeah,
grade,
it's
I think.
I'm sorry.
Till 4th grade, I think, or something.
I'm not sure what the cutoff is.
Okay, all right. Thank you.
Councilman Gerritstein?
In years past, Sherry, there's been no age limit. They've just come, I participated in it twice. There really doesn't.
Did you get candy?
No, I didn't. I'm not saying I didn't take something. I'm not saying I didn't come along the way, but I'm saying that there's really no age bracket.
Okay.
Kids can come.
All right, thank you.
Any further questions or comments for the Recreation Director? Thank you, Tim. I will now open the floor for audience participation. If anyone would like to address Wickliffe City Council, please stand, state your name and address for the clerk's record. Since these meetings are being recorded and viewed online, she has a microphone that can be used. Each person will have a 5-minute maximum amount of time. Would anyone like to address Wickliffe City Council? Mr. Badley?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, Council President, and to all the members here of Wickliffe City Government. My name is Darrell Badley, Jr., 1993 graduate of Wickliffe High School, and the current owner and operator of Wickliffe's brand new radio station. Yes, Wickliffe, we now have our own radio station. It is CW Radio is the name of the station. We will be located at the Wick Willow Mall, which I found out was a movie theater, of all things, back some time ago. We'll be moving in by the end of this year. One of the big things one reason I came to council is I had a thought is if anything, God forbid, bad happens here in our city, what is the mechanism that we currently have in place to make sure all of the residents are informed what's going on? I don't know that there is or isn't, but my solution to that is me being a media outlet. We're connected to the emergency broadcast services and all of those different things. So one of the things I wanted to have happen, we are a digital radio station, we're an internet radio station, we have an app, or we're online. So one of the things that I wanted to be able to do or offer is for all of the residents of Wickliffe to be able to download our mobile app. No, you don't have to listen to it unless you want to. I do plan on having the mayor and his broadcast, as well as any of you who would like to be on there as well, because this is a community radio station, and I'm here for the city. We're going to be broadcasting the football games and basketball games and all those other things. But the big thing right now, my big push is to get everyone to download our mobile app so that in the event that something does happen, we have the capability to be able to send out a message to everyone, regardless of whether you listen to it or not, as an emergency or whatever the case might be. Even if it's giving out information about the above 18-year-olds going trick-or-treating. But again, CW Radio is the name of the station. I will be giving that information, emailing it to everyone, or giving it all to you guys. But I'm happy to be home. I retired from the military back in 2002, and I haven't been back in 30 years, but I'm happy to be here. Keep my fingers crossed. By the end of this year, I will also be a resident of Wickliffe. Still working on that, because y'all need more houses in Wickliffe. I can't, come on. But in any case, I got 5 minutes. So again, I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to look forward to working with each and every one of you. Our station is a podcasting studio as well as radio station. So if you have aspirations of having your own podcast, especially as council members who want to be able to get information out to your constituents, or any of the other members that want to get information out to constituents, that is available as well. But again, we're happy to be home and happy to be of service to Wickliffe.
Thank you, sir.
Are there any questions?
Go, Maria. Councilman Saloto.
So tell me again, when will you be up and running?
So we're already up and running.
You are?
We're already up and running. You can already go download our mobile app.
Okay.
We're going to start doing a lot of the programming for the city, more so when we move into our facility. But yeah, we're already up and running, already operational. We are a veteran-oriented station, so a lot of the PSAs and information, it's about PTSD, suicide, mental health protection, a lot of those things. That also do cross over into the regular population. But yes, we are operational. We've been operational for the past 3 years. Yes. Any other questions?
How can we get the app?
All you have to do to get the app is go to the App Store on your phone and look for CW Radio. And you can download it. It's free to download, and it's available for everyone. And if there are anybody in the city or in the area that's musicians or have any music, I would love to play local music on our station. Yes. Any other questions?
How about an inspiring radio broadcaster?
Okay, yes. I'm looking for radio broadcasters as well.
My son is majoring in that, so
Really? Yes. I am looking for a morning announcer. I don't do mornings, not anymore, since I got the military. But so yes, absolutely. We are hiring as well. We're going to be hiring some specific Wickliffe High School students. Hopefully we're going to be able to go to the school and actually start teaching and training about broadcast and digital media and all of those things. And I'm actually working, thanks to the mayor, with Frank Foti, so hopefully between us and them, we'll be able to start getting the students actually fully engaged in this industry.
Thank you. I think we're good. Thank you, Mr. Bentley.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And CW Radio is one word, right?
Yes, CW Radio, one word.
Okay. Thank you. Would anyone else like to address Wickliffe City Council? Would anyone else like to address Wickliffe City Council? If not, I'll mark audience participation closed. Committee reports. Councilman Gerhardstein.
The Wickliffe City Council Legislation and Welfare Committee met on October 16th. The meeting was called to order at 7 p.m. The purpose was to discuss creating a criminal activity nuisance ordinance. Committee members present: Valak, Gerhardstein, Koski, and Saloto. Also present: Council President Levon, Councilman Thielman, Mayor Sakis, Law Director Ayusu, and Police Chief Bush. Councilman Gerhardstein explained since the last committee meeting, he, the Law Director, and the Police Chief met on October 4th to go through the will of the ordinance to determine what we liked and disliked from that ordinance to create one that would work for the city of Wickliffe. Councilman Gerhardstein asked the Law Director to explain the ordinance and how it would work. The Law Director explained that the Police Chief would determine when the ordinance would be enforced after 3 calls for issues including public indecency, procuring, soliciting, prostitution, or loitering in a 12-month period. On the 4th call, the Police Chief could enforce the ordinance at his discretion. Councilwoman Saloto asked what would happen when the ordinance was enforced if there was a number of calls where the hotel or motel would be shut down. She stated she doesn't care if they are shut down, since she feels they are not legitimate hotels due to the clientele they bring into our city. She would prefer a hotel like the Marriott was here. The law director stated that the ordinance is more of a fine-based ordinance than enforcing it would become more of a financial burden to the hotel. The police chief stated he does not want to run any hotel or motel out of business, but he does want to tell them if they do not change their policies, this ordinance will be enforced. He also stated the problems in the city we're having with the hotels and the motels are not unique to the city of Wickliffe. Many hotels and motels in the surrounding suburbs of Cleveland are experiencing similar problems. Councilman Bella asked if the hotels have contacted the police department about hiring off-duty police officers as security guards. He also stated the hotels and motels pay taxes to the city through bed taxes. Councilman Thielman asked if there was a need to include any other businesses in this nuisance ordinance other than hotels and motels. Council President Levon asked the police chief at the current time, did he feel any types of businesses were needed to be included in this ordinance? Chief Bush noted at this time, but not at this time, but in the future, if he notices issues, he will ask the committee to create another ordinance. The law director recommended the ordinance be left the way it is, and if needed, a general business nuisance ordinance would be created at a later date. The committee members all agreed to recommend to the law director to create legislation for a criminal activity nuisance ordinance. This item was reported out of committee. The meeting adjourned at 7:28 p.m. Respectfully submitted.
Councilman Gerritsen.
I make a motion that the law director create ordinance for a criminal nuisance activity ordinance.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerritsen, seconded by Councilman Slodo to authorize law director to create a criminal nuisance ordinance for hotels. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Solot.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Any other committee reports? No. Commission reports? Seeing no old business, move on to new business A, assessment for general yard cleanup. Mayor Sakis?
So, I wanted to bring this to the attention. Sometimes we get complaints about junk or a lot of things in somebody's yard. And right now, there is a long process to address that. And it takes a long time. It's not as easy as when the grass is high, we could send somebody to cut the grass. If they get notified, they don't cut it within that time, then we could send the city in, they cut it, we bill them. If they don't pay it, it goes assessed to the taxes. So there was an instance with a certain house that, it was a long court thing that we couldn't find the person. So I called the county auditor and asked, hey, is there a general cleanup that we could do to where we could send someone in to clean it up and do it the same way? This way we don't have to wait in court, then wait for a court ruling, they get 6 months. And it would just speeding up the process to do that and just make the city look better. So, because that's the thing, to get it assessed to the taxes, there has to be something in the Ohio Revised Code that it's in correlation with that to do it. The county auditor said he will get back to me. He's going to talk to some prosecutors. He doesn't see it being a problem. So that's kind of why I have it under here. I still haven't heard back from him, and I know, do we put it in committee, let it sit, or wait to put it in committee until I get more of a definitive answer?
I don't see any issue with putting it in a committee and waiting until you get an answer.
Okay.
You can always remove it. If you don't have anything by January, we can get rid of it at the organizational meeting, but if you do, we can always call whenever.
Okay, because the thing, so if he gives us the green light, then we would have to put an ordinance place, kind of like we do for the grass cutting and the weeds, to be able to take care of that. And just do it quicker. I don't know how many of you get calls, but I get a lot of calls about some trash or things that attract rodents, and they're not addressing it. There's certain other things that I'm looking into with that. I know sometimes someone that have a ditch in their yard, if that's close to the sidewalk, if a kid's riding their bike, veers off, safety issue, okay, would it allow us to fill in the ditch? Just things like that. I just want to see what control we can have instead of it being a long, drawn-out process.
Councilman Gerritsen.
I think my only question on that is when you talk about yard cleanup, when you talk about going in somebody's yard and cleaning it up, what the liability is if we take stuff out of the yard and throw it away and haul it away, that they say it was something that we took a lawnmower, or we took their furniture, or we took stuff that they thought was good, Yeah, we hauled it away and threw it
Or we
out.
put it in a box and maybe somewhere in our yard or somewhere to keep it out of the way. Something, but then, yeah, I thought
That's
about
my
that
only
last time.
thing.
No, that's a great
Well-
thing, and then Ray.
I would say, Councilman Gerstein, that if we give them a letter that says you have 2 weeks or 30 days to clean it up, and they don't clean it up, I mean, then they don't have the value of that item, apparently, right? So, I mean, if you give them the correct paperwork or the correct information to say if it's not cleaned up in this certain amount of time, kind of like we do with the grass cutting, if it's not done by a specific date, then we send in a crew to clean it up. I agree, my question would be liability of anybody getting hurt removing the items or stuff like that. But I think it's a proactive solution for, I know how many times we've waited on answers of these houses getting cleaned up, and the neighbors getting more and more frustrated when it's taking 4 to 6 months to clean up their backyards because there is feces and junk and everything else that's in somebody else's backyard that won't get cleaned up, right?
I agree.
So I appreciate your proactive look at this. Councilman Jaworski?
I guess just one question. I know in the past when I've had issues that have dealt with safety, it seems that Ray has been able to very quickly and immediately get those resolved. So this, we're not necessarily talking immediate health safety issues, but something that's just more
General
long-term.
cleanup. Right, because we do have something that'll help us with like a falling down garage, right, issues like that.
Yeah, like a huge hole in the front yard.
This would be
someone could fall
more,
through.
now it's.
Okay. So we'll put assessment for general yard cleanup into the Legislation and Welfare Committee. Please let Councilman Gerstein know when you have any word back from the county auditor. Okay. New business B, motion to authorize the mayor into an agreement with Jim Powers for a temporary role until December 1st, 2023. Law Director, do you have anything you want to add to it? I know that you sent out an email out to the council notifying them of the agreement. Is there anything else you wanted to add to that?
No, so yeah, we discussed it in executive session, sent out the agreement to everybody. Didn't seem like anybody had questions, so we're actually getting fairly close to the end of it anyway, so the biggest part now really is the release anyway. So, and we can do it by motion, that'll be good through our auditors and everything else, and then put that all to bed. So, okay, appreciate you guys' consideration.
Okay. Then I'll make a motion to authorize the mayor to enter an agreement with Jim Powers for his temporary role with the city through December 1st, 2023.
Second.
Moved by Council President Levon, second by Councilwoman Saloto to authorize the mayor to enter an agreement with Jim Powers for his temporary role with the city through December 1st, 2023. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Spielman.
Yes.
Okay, new business C, city vehicle usage. Councilman Gerhardstein.
So I received a complaint from a resident about the city vehicles that the directors have and how they're used. So would like to know if we need to put that in a committee to talk. I mean, I don't know if there's even an ordinance in the charter or what explains the usage for the directors to use their city-issued vehicle.
Councilman Gerhardstein, is that a question for the law director or just an out loud statement?
You could have it.
Okay, I would say that I went through the charter and I went through all the ordinances and I did not see anything about vehicles for the administration. Nothing that said that they needed it, nothing that said there was usage behind it. But I think it's a great idea that we review the usage or needs of the city-owned vehicles of the administration. Do they need to have them outside of the city limits? But we can review that. Law Director, do you have something you wanted to say?
Actually, I was just going to ask are you referring to the provision, like providing the vehicles, or the way those vehicles are used once they're provided?
Law Director, I'm surprised that I even had to have this conversation. So this is one of our own employees' spouse talking about, we keep all complaints anonymous, right? And this is going to remain anonymous with everything else. But from our own inside the city, of a quality of a vehicle and the usage of a vehicle that's been brought to my attention, Councilman President Levon's attention, about the quality of vehicle and the usage of all the directors' vehicles outside the city or for personal use. I don't know where to take this, but as all complaints come, we have to address all the ones that I never thought we'd address this.
Councilwoman Saloto?
So the vehicles that are provided to the administration to use as a city car, city vehicle, I mean, I have a company car. I mean, I'm allowed to use it personally. I mean, I don't understand so this is someone that says we should keep that vehicle parked unless they're using it specifically for Wickliffe usage. I mean, that doesn't make sense. It's like a company car.
This person was frustrated that the spouse of an employee was, or the owner of the vehicle was in the car, and it might not have been for business use.
It is standard, I mean, it's standard.
I'm not disagreeing.
It's a company car for the spouse to also have access to use for that vehicle.
It wasn't the spouse using it, it was spouse in the passenger seat of the vehicle, so it wasn't the spouse using it.
And they also, oh, I'm sorry.
No, but, and we understand that's the complaint we're getting, so we want to just bring this out where we have to review this, make sure it's with all, and I understand that's what it is in the professional world as opposed to the public services world. There's always different lines. We notice that with unions and all the other negotiations we get into. Public and private are different, right? So we have to make sure that we're in line. Councilman Gerhardstein.
And it's not just the usage, it's the quality of the car that we are giving the directors. That was part of the thing of the car that we're giving the directors. The complaint was also on that.
There's too much quality or too little quality?
Either way. But this is the complaint that we have to deal with, that one director has a newer car, one director has an older car, and it's not, so this is the complaint from our inside the city. So, but we have to deal with it, so we'll bring it up at least to go over it.
Councilman Bella.
So there's one complaint?
Yes.
One?
Sure. Understood, but there's plenty of times when people come to council with one complaint and bring issues to council with one complaint.
Well,
Yep, Councilwoman Sloto.
So I would say if we don't have any specific, criteria built into anything about how we handle our city vehicles that are given to administrators or whatever, I say we put together those so that there are no questions.
I absolutely agree with you. I think that's why I'm saying we need to review the usage or the needs of the city vehicles. I agree. I think that would be a good thing to put into a committee, and then the time being, if we come up with something, we should put together.
Randy, you okay?
Yep, I'm fine.
I was just going to add, for looking at that, we should also look at the taxable fringe benefits, because that is an issue, and actually the law director and I have been discussing that. We just weren't ready to bring it to council yet, but if we're going to look at it, let's look at the whole thing.
Yeah, actually, I was just about to say the exact same thing.
Thank you for letting us, I agree with that. Thank you for bringing that up. Councilman Jaworski?
I was just going to say, too, if we could also find out what the policy is of other cities as well, just to be able to compare.
Yep.
Agreed. Okay. Any other discussion on this topic? Okay, then we'll put city vehicle usage into the committee of the whole. Okay, moving on to ordinances.
Ordinance number 2023-32 amended. This is the third reading. By title only, an ordinance enacting Chapter 716, Entertainment Device Arcades of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, second by Councilman Bella to adopt ordinance 2023-32 amended as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
No.
Kosky.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Soloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
No.
Motion passes. Ordinance.
Ordinance number 2023-47, an ordinance authorizing the execution of a then and now certificate by finance director to make payment on an invoice amount to Stryker Sales LLC and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, second by Councilman Thielman. To suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2023-47 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kosky.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Soloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, second by Councilman Thielman to adopt ordinance 2023-47 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kosky.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Soloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2023-48 by title only, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into a final LPA federal ODOT LET contract for signal and intersection improvements at State Route 84, Rockefeller Road, Buena Vista Drive, and State Route 84, Lincoln Road in the city of Wickliffe, Ohio, and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Bala, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2023-48 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes. Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Bala, to adopt ordinance 2023-48 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
No.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2023-49, excuse me, by title only, an ordinance providing appropriations for current expenses and other expenditures of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio for the period beginning January 1st, 2023 and ending December 31st, 2023 and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Jaworski, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2023-49 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto, to adopt ordinance 2023-49 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2023-50 by title only, and this is the second reading, an ordinance enacting Chapter 149.06, Officer Training Payment and Reimbursement of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio. Ordinance number 2023-51, this is the first reading, by title only, an ordinance establishing Chapter 535 of the Codified Ordinances of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio, titled Criminal Activity Nuisances. Ordinance number 2023-52, by title only, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio, to enter into a participation agreement with the Lake County Board of Commissioners for the provision of a comprehensive health care plan for certain employees of the city and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Ballard, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2023-52 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto, to adopt ordinance 2023-52 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2023-53 by title only, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into a contract with Reliance Standard Life Insurance Company for the provision of life insurance coverage for certain employees of the city and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2023-53 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman, to adopt ordinance 2023-53 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2023-54 by title only, an ordinance confirming the appointment of Christopher A. Grossman as Chief of Fire of the City of Wickliffe, Ohio, authorizing compensation therefore and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilman Bala, to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2023-54 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski. Yes. Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes. Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Thielman, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to adopt ordinance 2023-54 as presented. Discussion? Cindy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes.
Ordinance number 2022-58 amended. By title only, an ordinance authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to enter into a contract with Delta Dental for the provision of dental benefits coverage for certain employees of the city and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to suspend the rules of council and place ordinance 2022-58 amended on third and final reading. Discussion? Councilman Jaworski.
Just one, does this go through the county as well, or is this something that we have to do on our own?
This goes through the county.
Thank you.
Any further discussion on the suspension? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to adopt ordinance 2022-58 amended as presented. Discussion?
I'm sorry, I said
That's
it goes through the
okay.
county, it goes through our broker, not through the county, so we don't, the broker handles everything for us, but it's not through the county. I apologize.
Thank you, Ms. Steve, for the clarification. Any other discussion on the adoption? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Ordinance passes. Resolutions.
Resolution number 2023-16. This is the third reading. By title only, a resolution requesting the Lake County, Ohio auditor to make advance payment of taxes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Thielman to adopt resolution 2023-16 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution number 2023-17. By title only, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to submit an application to the District 7 Public Works Committee and the Ohio Public Works Commission for funding for the 2024 concrete pavement slab replacement program and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Ballard to suspend the rules of council and place resolution 2023-17 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to adopt resolution 2023-17 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Resolution passes.
Resolution number 2023-18. By title only, a resolution authorizing the mayor of the city of Wickliffe, Ohio to submit an application to the District 7 Public Works Committee and the Ohio Public Works Commission for funding for the Ridge Road pavement improvements and declaring an emergency.
Suspension.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilman Ballard to suspend the rules of council and place resolution 2023-18 on third and final reading. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Adoption.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Gerhardstein, seconded by Councilwoman Saloto to adopt resolution 2023-18 as presented. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballot.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto.
Yes.
Thielman.
Yes.
Resolution passes. Other legislation? Miscellaneous? Adjournment?
Make a motion to do.
Second.
Moved by Councilman Bala, seconded by Councilman Thielman to adjourn the meeting. Discussion? Sandy, please call the roll.
Ballard.
Yes.
Gerhardstein.
Yes.
Jaworski.
Yes.
Kowski.
Yes.
Levon.
Yes.
Saloto. Yes. Seelman.
Yes.
Thank you.